Yeah, Coach, obviously a lot of different things to talk about, but you guys allowed them 1.4 points per possession in the second half, only scored 0.9 points per possession in the first half. What are the big things you see that you guys need to do to fix the defense and fix the offense?
Turn the ball over. That would help. We had 19 turnovers with 27 points. I thought that was the difference in the game. I mean, you go out on the road, you got to play differently than you do at home. You got to defend, you got to rebound, and you can't turn it over. And I thought tonight that was the biggest problem. And when I look at the stat sheet and look at their perimeter play, they outplayed our starting two guards, and were awful tonight. And their two guards were really good, 1, 2, and 3.
Mike and then Todd.
Yeah, Mike, you guys have had, I think, 36 turnovers over the last 2 games. Is it something you've seen in practice that you saw this coming at all, or how do you fix that as a collective effort when you guys, the turnovers are piling up at such a high rate?
Well, again, I mean, practice has been pretty good, but we preach a lot about not turning the ball over, because that's huge when you're winning and losing basketball games. And over the last 2 years, we've been pretty good in that area. The last 2 games, we've exploded the other way in terms of turning the ball over, and that's something we just gotta, somehow we gotta fix that, because you can't win, you can't beat anybody, especially on the road. You're not gonna beat anybody turning it over 19 times.
Todd and George.
Mike, Nebraska was making it difficult for the guards to get the ball into the perimeter. The turnovers were a symptom of that, but what do you think they were doing to make it hard on you guys?
Well, I mean, I think a lot of times we were trying to create things that weren't there. They put 2 on the ball, and that's been pretty good for us. When teams put 2 on the ball, we are able to pull it and get rid of the ball, and that pass leads to something good. But tonight we tried to fight the 2 on the ball, and we were throwing it away. I mean, we just had some unforced turnovers that were just unacceptable. But hey, we gotta go back and fix that, because you're not gonna beat anybody in the Big Ten doing that.
George and Jack.
Mike, what went into letting Xavier finally get a chance to play after missing 7 games?
Well, he's our senior. He's our starting point guard. He played 14 minutes tonight. So I mean, he's had a few practices under his belt, and we thought he was ready to go, and we played him some tonight. We started him tonight.
Jack.
Yeah, Mike, obviously defensively you have a lot of new players this season. Is it taking longer to kind of get the guys to, kind of build the cohesion on the defensive end and kind of understand maybe what you're wanting out of them?
You could say that. I mean, we've had our moments when we've been down in some games. We've made some big-time runs, and it was because of our defense. And this team is not as good as we were defensively the last 2 years, and a lot of it is because we do have new faces, but we got to overcome that. I got to get them over the hump, and when it comes to defending and rebounding and not turning the ball over, it's my job to do that, and we failed in that area tonight.
George, last question.
Mike, how concerning is it not knowing which team is going to show up? I mean, of course, the turnovers were a big factor tonight, but I mean, you don't really know whether you're home. Most likely on the road is where you're having all the trouble, but not knowing which team is going to show up.
Well, again, we've been competitive off and on. I just got to get us competitive for 40 minutes. I thought the Michigan game on the road, we were solid from beginning to the end, and was able to come out of that building with the win. And that's how you're going to have to play on the road in the Big Ten. At home, you got to defend at home when you got games at home. I mean, we got our fan base. We seem to play a little bit better, but it's different on the road. You got to do all the things right on the road to win basketball games, and we didn't do that tonight.
All right, thanks, Coach.